Hi guys, I want to share with you the Mike Zeck Classic Marvel Stories Artist Edition from IDW. I loved Mike Zeck's art. He was such a dynamic artist, and I didn't get get to read too many of his stories because I was too young till later on. I loved his Secret Wars later on, his Cap run, his Kraven's Last Hunt. Still to this day one of my favorite stories, so let's get into it. This is from Secret Wars. That's from an issue of Punisher he did. He had quite the career. I just wish he was did a lot more books, but so you got your Punisher issues that he did, the covers for a bunch of Marvel Tales, some Cap pinups, Marvel Secret Wars are in here, Web of Spider-Man covers, Amazing Spider-Man spec. Those are all from Kraven's Last Hunt. Some more Captain America covers and issues. So yeah. This is from the Punisher. Stephen Grant was a writer on it. I like it. I collected most of these later on. Because the comic book shop, my comic book shop was an old bookstore. They didn't have a whole lot of back issues. They had maybe a pile in the corner that you could flip through, but nothing. Most of the stuff they just sent back. Ripped the covers off and sent them back. But yeah, this is a cool fight scene in prison. They sent Frank to jail. There's Jigsaw, one of the Punisher's big villains. It always reminds me of that scene where in Watchmen where he goes, where Rorschach is in there. He's like, I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me. Mike is just an amazing artist. I love his artwork. And I was lucky enough to meet him at a con and had him sign a few of my books. He signed my hardcover of Secret Wars, and he signed my hardcover of Kraven's Last Hunt, and he even drew a Spider-Man sketch in the front. So, and he's a really nice guy. My brother liked Mike Zeck, but for my brother was a DC fan, and he liked when Zeck did some Batman covers, like 10 Nights from the Beast is when I remember seeing him do the covers for. And he was just like, oh, is this guy doing the interiors? It wasn't, but it was Jim Aparo, which my brother Nick loves Jim Aparo, so he was okay with that. Yeah, artist editions. I love artist editions. Just to look at the original artwork, the scans of it, see what the ink that they used, and if they used any, Zipatone or anything like that. It's just cool to see and look over. I like the older ones. The older ones have, the word balloons still on them, and the newer ones don't have that. I do miss that, but buying these artist editions, I kept thinking, well, why don't I have that? Why haven't they made this one or this one? And so instead of waiting, I started making my own artist editions, custom ones, and I like how they all turn out. Like, I just made a recent one, was a Mark Silvestri Wolverine and X-Men one, so I just made a video of that. Except mine aren't as big. The print shop that I use to make my books, the largest they'll go is 9 by 12, so that's the largest I can go. So it's technically like their artisan editions that IDW makes. Maybe a little bit smaller than that, but pretty much the same. Yeah, Scott goes to conventions, lots of conventions, and he'll just put out on Facebook or social media that he's going to be looking for artwork from specific artists, and then if you have it, bring it to the show and he'll scan it. So he has the collectors bring them. That way the collectors don't have to reveal their names, and they get a copy of the artist editions if they get artwork submitted and is entered into the book, which, I mean, you wouldn't be bringing it if you didn't want it in the book. So I remember this cover specifically, just seeing it thinking, that's the coolest guy in the world. Franken Bazookas, he's got a long history of that. There's that Jigsaw cover. Jigsaw again. This is a Marvel Tales cover, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Marvel Tales. It was the one that reprinted, I think, the second appearance of him, of Punisher, from Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. That cover's famous. I remember that cover. And same with this cover right here. And then these are Marvel Secret. I think both of them are Secret Wars covers. Nope, Cap cover. I loved his Cap issues that he drew. And then this, of course, is the Secret Wars #1 cover. From Secret Wars. Love that double page splash with all those heroes on Battleworld. The villains. Beyonder takes the heroes and villains to a different universe, or he's all powerful. He can create anything. He brings all these different pieces of worlds and puts it together in this planet that he creates, and then will grant whoever the victors are, either the heroes or the villains, their wishes will be granted. Got Ultron, Dr. Doom, Molecule Man, Galactus even. And Dr. Doom. This is pretty poignant since, Dr. Doom's the new bad guy for the MCU. And it leans probably more to the Hickman version of Secret Wars, which I absolutely love. But Hickman's run, of course, has Dr. Doom being the all God Doom. And taking over the universe after it was destroyed by the incursions. So, and in that one, different universes were converging, and only the victor would survive. So the planets would fight each other, or universes would fight each other, and whoever won would be the lone survivor. And it would dwindle down to final two, the Ultimate Universe versus the Marvel Universe. Doom and Doctor Strange and Owen were the main survivors, and then Doom created them all over again, or made them all over again. I like the zipatone. See, that's what I love about artist editions. You can see the zipatone that they used all on that one to give it that texture. There's just different screen tones too. Like, here's some more examples of screen tone on it, just to give it shading. There's some more tones. I loved all the covers. Everybody knows this one, the first appearance of the black costume. Secret Wars number 8. I got that signed by Mike Zeck 2 at a con. Oh, here it is. Kraven's Last Hunt by J.M. DeMatteis and Mike Zeck. I like Bob McLeod inking him. I thought it was really nice. This is probably number 2 in favorite Spider-Man stories. But yeah, this is so good. Kraven knows he doesn't have that long. He doesn't want to. He's just trying to find a way before he dies to go on one last hunt. And his prey is Spider-Man. I mean, this is so creepy. There's more tones on that. He catches a worn down Spider-Man and boom. There he is, Spider-Man, lowered into the ground. He has survived. Fearful Symmetry. It was so cool to have Mike Zeck do all the artwork because it ran through all 3 titles. It ran through Amazing, Spectacular, and Web of Spider-Man at the time. I have this cover. I had an artist do a recreation of it. But yeah, just a cool cover. Same with this one. Versus Vermin. There's some Cap. Thought he drew a nice Captain America. And Nick Fury for that matter. One of my favorite covers is a Wolverine Cap cover. I'm sure it's in here. I know it's in here. more tones. It's pieces of plastic that you cut out or cellophane. It's tones that they cut out and lay over top of it to give it different texture or shading. There it is. There's the cover that I love. Cap versus Wolverine, him striking his shield. I thought this was the coolest cover. I think I bought 2 issues off the shelf when I saw this one because I just love the cover so much from Cap. He's fighting Doc Ock and Red Skull. Spidey, Cap with the Defenders. That's a cool cover. Nothing like Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. I always thought that was a cool cover. I really like this cover too. That's a good cover too, that Deathlock. I like that one too, but yeah, that's the Mike Zeck Artist Edition. I love that Kraven the Hunter. So yeah,